and Dusty Litzer. I couldn't resist.
I'm handling
You're the table guy.
The expedited
You're
review.
the fourth official. Yeah.
As loose ball picked up by Taki.
He had a heck of a quarterfinal game.
Alua Lakepa can't get that one to go. Rebound to Rust. And Rust reverses and scores.
How about Timpview? First two shots, both reverses. We don't want to look at the basket. We're going reverses at the rim.
So down the floor with this young Orem team is Asher Young gets inside, and Asher Young with the jump hook.
Junior Asher Young, talk about the great year he's had, and in the quarterfinals we talked about that. Gets the first bucket. I think it's so important for Orem to hang around early, right? You don't let Timpview get out 10-2 or something like that. Like, show them you're not afraid of them. You can play with them, and that'll send an early message here from the Tigers.
And Louis Kepa sends that one over to. And probably the ball gets inside to Rukert, and Rukert lays that one in. It was Eli St. Clair. I knew I was going to call him the wrong name. That's why I got stuck there. But down the floor we go in a 4-2 game.
And Dean is saying, hey, yeah, they got freshmen. So do we. Dean Rukert, just a freshman. He's a big freshman. Like, he's got a lot of length for being a freshman. And he's had a big year this year for Timpview. He's going to be a name you're going to hear a lot about in the coming years.
Of course, Timpview led by Coach Izzy Engel, his second year at Timpview after coming over from Timpanogos. And Orem led by first-year head coach Jace Tavita. Oh, what a take. And, Anthony Falesi could not get that one. Wesley had the board, lost the handle, and the rebound picked up by James Rust. Come back the other way. Kazan Villa, no, and the rebound sent out. Falesi is fouled by Taki. Ilui Lakepa.
I thought Taki that time, that was a good call. Coach Engel didn't like it.
Yeah,
I thought the body positioning there of Taki creates the disruption. He's got to come off the floor. I don't know who had the first foul. If it was Taki, that might be two quick ones, yeah.
Izzy's never disagreed with the foul call before. It's
Ever.
on the take and make. How about this youngster that just does little things? Chance Dastrup with the take and lay-in.
Yeah, he did not have a big offensive game in that quarterfinal, but, man, he did a lot of good things away from scoring for Orem in that one.
Wesley rips that one away.
But he had a big game against Woods Cross. He can light it up.
And Reynolds misses on the three. Rebound, Falesi. And Anthony Falesi gets that one to go off the floater. And it's a 6-4 lead for Orem.
Man, nice job there by Falesi. Just recognize, hey, I've got a little 8-footer here. Pull up. Take what you got.
Kazan Villa gets that one to crawl up and in. And Orem fans remember Kazan Villa, the big play he made in the state semifinals in football.
QB1 and SF1, right?
Nice.
Yeah. Actually, he might be PF1. I don't know. It's positionless basketball these days, right?
Absolutely positionless basketball. As Dastrup has to go back and get that one, as gets over to Reynolds and Asher Young look so much alike. I have to double guess every time one of the two of them get the ball. As Asher Young's along the baseline, no. The loose ball foul here to Kai Wesley. And that'll be the first team foul on the Tigers.
Normally Q's wearing pads when he takes that type of a spill. Good to see he's okay. No rubber beads down there to help with the landing either.
I didn't realize where the toe drag swag happened. So the first couple of minutes in this one. As the jumper, no good from Villa. Rebound and putback would not go for Naliai. And the three, Anthony Falesi, no. Backside board to Asher Young. His putback won't go. Kai Wesley can't get it. Falesi tips it back up. Another offensive rebound, and then finally a foul.
No, that's loose ball.
Oh, loose ball foul on Orem. And that foul is going to go to Anthony Falesi.
Boy, multiple opportunities right at the rim for Orem. You've got to be asking if that rim is regulation size or what.
No kidding. 6-all here as we near the 4 minutes and 20 seconds mark of the first quarter, as Rust goes at Kai Wesley. And Rust goes up and under the freshman. Nice take and finish by James Rust.
You want to talk about a multi-year guy, this being last chance for James Rust, the senior. Feels like he's been there for about a decade.
How about these two schools? They aren't separated by much. They got two Dastrips battling against each other. As that three won't go for LR3. And the number 3, Asher Young, can't get it. Tipped up by Wesley, no. And Anthony Fellesi gets that one to go.
I'll tell you this, Orem is battling on the glass a lot better than I expected them to be. I thought that'd be an advantage for Timpview. Orem's getting a lot of second and third chance opportunities here early.
St. Clair can't get that one to drop. As Eli St. Clair missed on that 3. 3.5 left in the opening quarter. Here's Dastrup. Gets in the key, send to the corner. Anthony Fellesi knocks down the triple, and it's an 11-8 lead for the Orem Golden Tigers.
And that's 7 points for one of the Orem freshmen in this first quarter.
Rust goes to work at Wesley. Now on the drive, Ruckert can't get that one to go. Wesley with the rebound. Here comes Dastrup. Old school UCLA cut there, might be there. Lance Reynolds, the third, for 3. This is fun.
Orem football loves being a double-digit seed. Orem basketball feeling comfortable with it too.
This is fun. They got good energy in the building. Hey, you know what? We usually throw funny little things. Great job by these student sections for Orem and Timpview.
Yes.
From where it's been, from where it is.
How about the unity of school colors for Orem? You got the yellow hard hats.
Yeah, James Rust again going to work. Rust now with 6 in the quarter.
Yes.
As Dastrup sends this over to Asher Young along the baseline to Wesley.
Really spreading Timpview out.
Tough pass taken away by Villa. Naliai going to pull up. Can't get it. Gets the board. Sends it back out. Ruckert off on the 3 and the rebound taken by Anthony Fellesi. Not quite an ankle breaker, but
that's a 5th-gen fighter move right there.
Traveling violation. Nicely done. Traveling violation. It takes us to the under 4 media timeout. Orem leads Timpview 14-10. We'll be right back. You're watching the 5A semifinals on KSLSports.com. And welcome back in the Event Center. We got someone that's got common threads to both these programs. Taylor Reese Construction is a commercial general contractor based in Utah County. They also specialize in larger custom homes, 10,000 square feet and larger. Call 801-318-4972 or visit them at taylorreeseconstruction.com. And of course, you might know him as Uncle Senga. He was a special teams coordinator at Orem for 4 state championships. And he also has nephews on Timpview, Asia Naliai and Anthony Fellesi, that plays for Orem. So Taylor Reese Construction and Uncle Senga. And there's the steal. Dastrup poked it away, now on the run. Dastrup to the rim. Can't get the finish. The board finally crawls in. I think that was Lance Reynolds with the putback.
Yeah, sure was.
So Lance Reynolds the third. Mama approved LR3 nickname. As Naliai goes at Reynolds. Sends it back out to Rust. Going to reset the offense. Has got to be so impressed with the start of this young Orem crew. Naliai along the baseline, reverses, no, and the foul will be to Reynolds as we put Naliai at the line.
I'll tell you, it feels like Timpview is attacking around that basket a lot. We've seen a lot of reverse lands in this first quarter.
You know, it's been a long time since you and I have done you and I together have done Orem Timpview basketball.
Yep.
In fact, I'm going to find out just in 1 second. Give me some time. I'm going to have a little recap of the first time we did Orem Timpview basketball. It was a good one.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
It was a game that may have uttered, I don't want this one to end. It went to overtime. I believe it was Garrett Nash hit a half-court shot at the end of a quarter in that one, as that shot would not go. The board and now run out here with Timpview. Rust spins at Asher Young, lost the handle. Loose ball picked up by Orem. So now the Tigers can take the final shot of the quarter if they so choose. Coach Jace Tavita walks out and said, hey, let's take our time. Had a chance to talk to Coach Tavita yesterday. Felt good to feel old talking to Jace. We covered him when he played at Brighton. On this floor, no less. He and Abe Millsap. I want to say there was a Miller on that team. Mark Miller's nephews. Here we go, 5 seconds. Dastrup sends out into Fellesi, 2 seconds. Anthony at the horn, left it short. And that will do it for the first quarter. At the end of one, it's Orem 16, Timpview 11. You're watching the 2023 5A semifinals on KSLSports.com. Welcome back in the D Event Center. You ready to go a little Wayne's World action? The date was January 13th, 2006. Young Dusty and Dane go into Orem, where we did so many games. And it was Orem defeating Timpview that night, 66-64 in overtime. Craig Cusick hit free throws at the end of that game. The leading scorer on the night was Jared Butler, the 7-footer. He was 7'4" with the afro. They had 18 points on the night. Craig Cusick had 16 points for Timpview. It was Nick Jansen and Hatton, both with 16. Andrew Cusick had 10. But it was Orem winning at the Orem Fieldhouse, 68-66. And that's the return to the past. As on the other end, Taki blocked away by Asher Young. Chris Nash did hit a half-court buzzer-beating shot.
Get that corn out of my face.
And now a traveling violation. Going to be called there on Ruckert. As this Orem team, they're young, but they are long and extremely athletic. And they're figuring it out.
Yes, they are.
Is leading by 5 points.
How about a 13-7 rebounding advantage in that first quarter for Orem?
I want to say like 8 of those 13 rebounds came on 2 shots.
Well, 7 offensive rebounds,
Yeah.
6 defensive.
And now a foul on the shot away on the rebound. This is going to be called on Ruckert.
Did you catch that reference?
I don't know that one.
My face? Really?
Didn't hit me.
Nacho Libre.
Okay, I
No?
whiffed on that one. No, I know if I
Okay.
whiffed on it. There's Asher Young, and Asher with the floater. So now a 7-point Orem lead. As Rust goes to work going at Hyatt. Sends back out to Ruckert. Ruckert hands off to St. Clair. Eli St. Clair down the lane, and the bucket.
We talk about handing off, but it didn't sound like they were on the same page on those handoffs. Nice job by St. Clair working around, finding the space down the lane there.
Asher Young on the angle. Going to drive the base. Trying to send it back in the middle is Fellesi able to track it down. Dash trip skip to Young. Young now to LR3 back up top to Dastrup. Now Anthony Thalesi short on the jumper. Rebound to Asher Young, goes back up. Rukert stayed straight up. Well, I thought that went off of Rukert's hands.
I did too.
But Mr. Official's right there taking a look.
I don't know. Hard to tell.
Well, you see it. No, I was going to make a whole long joke, but we'll leave that to people like Anthony, smarter, funny people.
We'll let the viewer come up with their own joke at that point.
Seth MacFarlane does way better on the long form
We
comedy.
teed it up for you at home.
Taki Ulu Lekepa gets on the way to the rim and draws the foul, and to put Taki at the line. If Taki gets going, I'm telling you, there's going to be a Brett Michaels Easter egg in there.
Yeah?
For everybody. Oh, yeah. My favorite Poison song.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I should say my favorite. One of my favorite Poison songs.
I got a great George Michael reference I drop in games occasionally. I'll see if I can fit it in tonight.
You got to have faith as the first one goes for Taki.
No, that's just easy. This one's next level.
Oh, man.
Next level.
As one of Gus Pena's former students at Canyon View Junior High just walked in. On the wrong side, I might add. There's the free throw back rim there from Taki. He goes 1 of 2. And a 4-point Golden Tiger lead. Cross court, Anthony Thalesi. High post to Kai Wesley. Kai turned away. How about getting up there and getting the block? Colton Smith. And now jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Timpview.
Feels like Timpview's starting to settle in here a little bit too, Dusty. Maybe caught a bit by the athleticism and quickness that Orem showed. But, boy, Timpview's responded well as they're not allowing some of those same open looks as Orem found previously.
So a 4-point Orem lead. As we're inside of 5.5 left in the half, as the 3 from Ruker is short. Taki couldn't get to that. They're saying that ball was blocked. So not air ball, that was a block ball. I don't know that Preston caught that one.
Always curious to me. I feel like players speak a lot. Half of Timpview was kind of near half court on that.
Right.
Including the shooter.
Well, he didn't even say he got him on the wrist. You got to sell that stuff. Buyers don't buy if you don't sell.
All I know, if you take a 3 and don't end up on the floor, there's a lot of training still needed.
We're going to leave that one right there. We'll wait. 5 seconds. 3 seconds. 2. The ball fired in and taken away by Hyatt. Yeah, that's one of those. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying kind of thing. I tend to go with that because if you don't ask, they can't say yes. It's been abused. As Wesley terminates, now goes right to the rim and draws the foul. That is going to put young freshman Kai Wesley at the free throw line for 2 free throws. The freshman, the son of Tika Wesley, the nephew of Utah State legend Ty Wesley, the nephew of BYU legend McKelly Wesley, makes the first. Grew up on the hard streets of Rio Hugo.
And soon to be the Orem legend. I mean, he is going to have himself a career.
He's going to have, absolutely. And he's going to get trained, and he's going to get trained hard by his uncles and his dad. He has to deal with Steeler, who's big as well. Send that one out to Dastrup. He's got a bunch of cousins around his age. Baseball players, those guys play everything. They're never home. As Wesley sends that ball in the corner to Dastrup. Oh, and taken away by Taki. Taki Ulu Lekepa goes and can't get it. And now on the run, here comes Orem. And drawing the block. Nice effort there by St. Clair. And again, if you don't ask, they can't say yes. Mr. Official says that's a nay charge. It's a block.
Yeah.
And a timeout taken by Jace Tavita. 4:10 left in the half. You're watching the 5A semifinals on KSLSports.com. It's almost Mission Call open season. Let our friends at Modern Missionary help you out and get your missionary ready for their service. Go to Modern Missionary, go register. You can get a free button-down shirt and washable tie. Can't want to thank Modern Missionary for helping us out, but anybody who's served in mission field know that's a great value to get a free tie and a free shirt. All the stuff you're going to have to get to be outfitted for the mission field. So we still have the under 4 timeout at the next dead ball as Asher Young hit with the charge. That elbow got a little tall. And that's number 2 on Asher Young. And
he's going to have to come off the floor here. There you go.
There you go. It feels like March Madness. We'll be right back. .345 left in the half. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you as always. Brought to you by Heidemann and Associates. Their headquarters located at the River Bottoms in Provo, right across the street from Riverside Golf Course. Go to Heidemann and Associates. Let them know the Rewind sent you and get a free consultation. Heidemann and Associates.
Well, had a great first quarter. Just 6 combined points here in the second quarter. And as Timpview has settled in defensively, the offense hasn't been able to really take advantage of that to draw any closer. There you go.
Kazan Villa knocks down the 3, and it's a 2-point game.
He doesn't score in triples in the fall, but he does over the winter.
He goes long distance, just like he did in the semis. Yeah.
Hey.
Drop that into Wesley. Kai spins base, got around the defender, blocked from behind by Smith. He saves it right back into Wesley, and that's going to be, I think, a charge here on the freshman. No,
going to call block.
Ooh, he got fortunate.
There was a lot of initiation there by Wesley, and
I would never want to administer block charges.
No,
not my thing. As Reynolds floats it, it just crawls off the rebound. Taken by Hyatt. He sends it back out. Lance Reynolds just got rid of it.
Nice patience.
Yep. Backside to Hyatt. What a find from Dastrup. Pretty ball offhand, no less.
Yeah, that's very well done. Could have rushed a shot. They didn't. And they're rewarded with the bucket right at the rim.
Izzy Engel telling those guys, hey, hold up. Let's calm down and not run an offense.
There's no rush to this thing. Got a lot of time.
Of course, Izzy Engel, his father, Tony, a long-time basketball coach. Sadly passed away just over a year ago. There's that 3 ball in the corner. No. And a rebound. Claimed by Anthony Falesi. I learned. I messed it up in the first quarterfinals. Reached out to the right people. Got the correct pronunciation. They sent me a voice message, to help me out as Kai Wesley misses on the 3. The rebound. Taken by Villa.
As surprising as it may sound, most high school rosters don't come with pronunciation guides. So,
and I just try to remember. I do lots of Polynesian names, and I can nail them. But then there's different ones that just kind of, you don't see them all the time, or you're not sure. And Anthony looks like, would be a Polynesian last name, but I wasn't 100% certain. Is on the drive. Rust gets around the defender. James Rust. He's having a game.
It's a great job of using his body and that length to shield away the defense. Gets that angle and the lean there. Very little to do to defend that.
Hyatt hands back to Dastrup. He'll pull for the long 3. Doesn't get it. Rebound. Still loose. And it'll be Dastrup tracking down the loose ball. Reynolds will hand back as they'll reset the offense here for Coach Tavita. 25 on the shot clock. Cross court, Reynolds. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Got plenty of time still. Lob that ball inside to Hyatt. Power dribble and got it to go. Nice job by the Trey Hyatt, the reserve post, to get the bucket.
Power dribble there, as you mentioned.
The only legal two-hand dribble in basketball.
Can't
get an explanation why.
Dane won.
I agree that it's legal.
Well,
but you don't disagree that it is.
There was an explanation. We'll talk at halftime off camera what that explanation was.
Okay, and we'll see. We'll filter it first. We have 10 seconds left in the half. Ruker now over to Rust. Rust sends that ball back out. Ruker for three. Got it! As the horn sounds, the big three from Dean Ruker. And at the half, it is Orem 23, Timpview 22. Before we go, we got to remind you about Taylor Reese Construction. Is a commercial general contractor based in Utah County. They also specialize in large and larger homes of 10,000 square feet and larger. Call 801-318-4972 or visit them at TaylorReeseConstruction.com. Halftime score, Orem 23, Timpview 22. You're watching the 5A semifinals on KSLSports.com, your season-long home for Utah high school basketball. And welcome in Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. We get ready for the second half. As we'll get ready to go. The scoreboard isn't updated. We'll get that figured out here in just a second. For some reason, the feed up on the coming from the arena is not working. But we'll get that squared away as we get ready for the second half. But Dane, this that first half with Orem, we can't say it enough how impressive it is to see this young group in a big moment figure things out.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think they came in, played extremely well in that first quarter. Second quarter, boy, the shooting percentage really went down. We talked about Timpview started to settle into this game. Orem was just 3 of 12 from the floor in that second quarter. Still dominating the glass, 22-13. In fact, Orem has 13 offensive rebounds. They have the same number of offensive rebounds as Timpview has total. That's been the thing that's really surprised me, and been able to really create some separation on second chance opportunities. No second chance needed there.
How about Hyatt
he's been good.
Getting the start in the second half. Hyatt in place of Wesley, and we'll back the other way as Rust gets a little space from Hyatt, can't get it, and it's going to be a foul on Falesi, and it'll be his second first team foul in the second half.
And there's a great example. Remember, he had 7 points in that first quarter. I mean, it was like, pop, Falesi's here. Hasn't scored since.
Floated up. They were looking for the lob. Couldn't get that ball to Rust. Now down the floor. Dash strip quickly ahead to Falesi. Anthony to the rim and blocked away by Rust. Loose ball. Taki couldn't get to that one. It'll be Orem basketball.
Boy, those angles always. Space on the floor you certainly want to be aware of. Taki nearly went into that wall with a head of steam.
So Colton Smith comes on just to inbound the baseline here. But so that in Asher Young. Asher outside to Dastrup. Dastrup come off the screen of Hyatt, sent out to Young. Asher on the drive gets sent away by Ruker, but a foul first. It'll be free throws as we're just inside of 7 minutes left in the third quarter.
And again, you see Timpview with another rejection there. I mean, the blocks for Timpview, they're adding up. Had 4 in the first half, and I think that length is starting to demonstrate itself. And if you're Orem, how do you create a little bit more space to get that shot away? It's starting to become a bit of a problem.
The first free throw, no good for Asher. And he missed the second one as well. We have a lane violation. And a lane violation on Orem, so we'll go back the other way. Timpview basketball. It's Orem 25, Timpview 22. 6:58 left in the third.
I never understand why that's such a big deal. I go on the roads here in Utah. People violate lanes all the time. It's
You can't cross on double white. You can't cross on double white. On the move, Taki sends that one back out. On the take, St. Clair. Ian St. Clair with the bucket.
It does feel like Timpview has found kind of their comfort here. They're down, they're fine.
Not going to rush, not going to panic. Is hanging on a pivot. The fall away won't go for Falesi. Now on the run. Here comes Timpview looking to take the lead. Russ down the lane, floated up, no. No call on the contact either. Here comes Asher Young. Oof. Oh, Dastrup somehow able to get away from that. Anthony Falesi on the baseline again. No contact at the rim. The blue zone's a real thing. I love that Chad Sims watched so many of this stuff. He understood all the references. He was on yesterday. It was.
I mean, he brought up stuff from like 2007.
Yeah. When I was at Weber, as that ball was short. And here comes Falesi on the push. Falesi finds the cutting. Asher Young back to Anthony Falesi.
And look, Timpview's flying around right now, trying to contest every shot, so make that extra pass, right? And a great example there. Love the trail there by Anthony and his first bucket, his first points since that first quarter.
A nice hedge there by Hyatt. As Ruker can back things out. Comes off the screen. Falesi stays right in front. Falesi with the steal. How about the hustle there? As we got gonna umpile everybody.
Substitution for the Thunderbirds, number 5, Kaysen Pina. Replacing James.
So Villa comes back on. And the steal by Asher Young, picked up by Dastrup. Dastrup down the lane into the defender. It's going to be a block on Ian St. Clair, his second. That'll be the second team foul on the T-Birds.
Yeah, Eli didn't like this call, thought that he was there. Have another look at it here. Yeah, I think that's a good call. I think he's sliding there.
If your outside hip is touching his inside hip, you're probably not in defensive position. Just a guess.
Yeah.
Especially going east-west.
Or north-south, depending on your alignment.
Well, we're worrying about is the oblique.
Yes, yes. And I was ridiculed for expounding on that yesterday, so I will not.
We were ridiculed. I just didn't understand. Explain it to me like we were 5. Like I didn't. Oh, duck under, and Hyatt gets the.
Boy,
just the bank to fall.
8 points for Trey. Another one of those sophomores for Orem.
That's thinking of post players saying that's a hook, but what they want is come back, get me the ball, and he wants to run the same thing.
Suit jacket off.
Yeah, is he? He got all the way to the second half again, just like on Wednesday. Oh, how about that one? Taki to me.
And that's the guy you don't want to let get going. I think that's his first field goal. Had a free throw in the first half, if I recall.
Junction J is there. How about Hyatt? He gets to start in the second half in place of Wesley, and a young man having himself a terrific third quarter.
If you're the Orem offense right now, it's the place you want that basketball to stay.
Yeah.
See what
Yes.
Yes. There it is.
Falesi cut off by Ruckert, fouled, and it rolls in. No, do not count the bucket. Put him on the floor, and I wonder if we've got this here. Might have hit the button a little late.
Habitual. Yeah, hard to see.
I don't think he was. Okay.
Well, I think the foul happened before they capture is what I'm saying.
Well, you're saying, okay, I got what you're saying. As we go to the break, again, want to remind you that Taylor Reese Construction is a commercial general contractor based in Utah County. They also specialize in larger custom homes, 10,000 square feet and larger. Call 801-318-4972 or visit them at TaylorReeseConstruction.com. Well, thanks Senga for his support. Your KSL Sports Rewind. We go to a break. We'll be right back.
Vince.
So welcome back into the D Event Center. Dusty Lister and Dane Stewart. 5-point lead here for the Orem Tigers as checking in for the first time as Daniel Okona. Did not see him on Wednesday or in the first half.
Yeah, one of the few seniors on this roster for Orem.
Dastrup trying to get loose, sends it out to Asher Young. Asher in the lane, that one stripped away from behind. Now on the push, and it's Dastrup with the steal. Dastrup with numbers. Oh, what a block there by Smith, and takes it away. Okona thought he'd definitely have a chance to get points and possibly a free throw, and he ends up with nothing.
A 4-on-1, and it's a block that saves it for Timpview.
He doesn't get the soup or the bread. And he can't come back for 1 year. Man, that was a play by Smith. Naliai sends that one back out to Taki. Louis Lakepa. Oh, Falesi, he wasn't falling for any of those moves. What? I wanted that to go so bad.
I love it. I mean, the shot clock's winding down. You got to get it up. But
I wanted that to fall so bad.
Folks, that's why you lift weights. That's a 15-footer.
Yeah, Jamarcus Russell could throw from the 50-yard line on one knee through the upright. But would he pull it off in the game?
Oh.
And again, with the shot clock winding down, he had no choice.
Yes,
You got to get it up.
Yeah. See, isn't it better with the shot clock?
It's so much better with the shot clock.
You get attempts like that.
Yes. Because nothing else, we sent that ball back out. We're playing more 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And a great job of playing defense here from Timpview. Not licking their wounds. They came right back.
I'm telling you,
good D.
Their defense has been so impressive. That first quarter, again, kind of got blitzed. But once they've been able to settle down, they've been really, really strong and tough for Orem to figure out. Well, I shouldn't say to figure out, but to find success against. Right. The length has been causing issues. That's why I keep my hair so short. The length just causes issues.
Especially in a week we wear a headset so much. As Rust finishes through the contact. And it's a 3-point game, 31-28, 1:50 left on a rolling clock in the third quarter. We're going to have a great fourth quarter as Dastrup goes into Falesi. Falesi goes up and under. No. Smith with the board. Now on the run. Louis Lakepa send that one over to St. Clair. Down the baseline, taken away by Dastrup. He leads it ahead. Falesi stripped away by Louis Lakepa, and it is Orem basketball. Let's see if we got a look at this touch here.
Boy, this is great help. Cutting down by Okona. Is able to strip that away on the backside. I'm surprised at the run out, but that's a great way to attack. Again, with all the struggles they've had with the height. That's a great play by Taki getting back.
The official, Jared Emmerich, with a great job on that call. As Reynolds checked back in.
I've got another doppelganger reference, but we'll talk at the break.
He watches the videos. As loft that up. Young, no. Backside board to Hyatt. Jared Emmerich responded yesterday. That's the third personal foul on Taki Lakepa. But we said yesterday, hey, referees, coaches, whatever. Jared Emmerich responded. on Twitter and said that Chad, one of his favorite coaches to referee games of.
Hey,
He said
how about that?
Yeah, so he's walking the building, always enjoys working with. He said he does a great job working with referees.
It is an art, right? Communication is hard.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the areas coaches, players, officials, we can all come together on, right? And continue to improve.
Especially when there's Falesi in the lane, sent back out in the corner. Back out Dastrup. Ooh, dangerous skip pass taken by Lance Reynolds III. Anthony Falesi sent down back up top. 40 seconds in the game, around the quarter. 10 on the shot clock. Reynolds can't get that one, and the rebound taken away by Timpview. And James Russ looks at Izzy, one shot, and Izzy says affirmative.
Roger.
As we go inside, 20 seconds left in the third quarter, and what is going to set up a terrific fourth quarter. The intensity is going to be high, as a winner will move on to the 5A title game to take on the Alta Hawks. 5 seconds. Russ send that ball to the corner. Naliai from the baseline, got it. We go to the fourth quarter in a 1-point game. Orem 31, Timpview 30. The winner will move on to the 5A title game. You're watching the start of the fourth quarter. Dusty Lidster and Dane Stewart in a 1-point game. Had a feeling that we were going to get a good one, so that's why I brought up the way back machine look back from 2006.
I still haven't been able to use my George Michael reference, but it's waiting, folks. Card catalog pulled open.
Well, I'm going to bring out my Will I Am here pretty soon, because I had a feeling, leave that one on for Hyatt, taken away by Taki, but the loose ball back in the hands of Orem. Izzy Engel wants to know why the shot clock reset, and now the officials are going to get together and discuss, because
it's an obscure ruling. I'm teasing.
Izzy's on it, man.
I'll tell you, Izzy's one of those coaches who he is not going to miss much.
Shot clock down to 9. But Izzy's, I don't know if Izzy's argument is, he wants to inbound down here on the baseline in the corner from where the ball was actually touched. As you mentioned, Izzy Engel, his father Tony was a longtime assistant and a head coach with Kennesaw State, but he also was an assistant for Roger Reed at BYU for a very long time. In fact, when Roger left, it was Tony Engel that took over in that 96 season. And got a chance to get to know Roger Reed really well this year as he's coming to watch his grandson who plays at Lone Peak at JV ball. One of the good ones, Roger Reed. But 9 seconds on the shot clock, 7:27 left. Izzy still wasn't pleased with what was going on, but 7 seconds. Dash strip out to Falesi. Anthony, 2, no. The rebound cleared by Smith.
And that's one of the things that's really changed in this second half. Timpview's been much better on the glass, eliminated a lot of those second, third chance opportunities.
Falesi with the block.
Yeah, I mean,
a roof.
If the previous one was no soup, this one's like no steak. Like the whole meal's going back. That is.
He's sitting it back like an old man, sending back soup at a deli.
Yeah.
Baseline to Smith. Sent back out to Taki. Going to reset. We dip inside of 7 minutes left in regulation. Lou Lekepa. Naliai now over to Sinclair down the baseline, and Ian Sinclair gives Timpview a 1-point advantage.
Well, and that's sheer stick-to-itiveness. You beat your guy out of the perimeter. You beat the help. Rim left wide open.
It's that Ness, the stick-tooted Ness. Ooh, Falesi, very great play there by Rust. Anthony Falesi on the drive, hanging on a pivot. And Mr. Official says, no, he did not. Timeout to Jace Tavita.
Right now, Timpview's throwing 7 different kinds of smoke.
6:20 left in the fourth. And we talked about it earlier. One of the Laie boys, Senga, is running Taylor Reese Construction, and it's a commercial general contractor based in Utah County. They also specialize in larger custom homes, 10,000 square feet and larger. Call 801-318-4972 or visit them at taylorreeseconstruction.com, as he's been able to watch his nephews tonight as well. He was a 4-time state championship special teams coordinator at Orem. But here's one of his nephews right here going hard to the hole. Naliai making Uncle Senga proud. And now a quick timeout, a 30-second timeout to Izzy Engel.
Yeah, Coach Tavita saying there was a wraparound there, but officials didn't see it. And it is all Timpview right now. The T-Birds jumping. Feeling good.
Feeling good, up 3, 34-31. We still have the under 4 media timeout, as both coaches been husbanding these timeouts. Very interesting here for Timpview to get the lead and take the timeout. We talked to Coach Sims about it. It's more of a feel. And Izzy Engel, he always wants to make sure his defense is set, but with the timeouts in the pockets, maybe not a bad one.
Well, and here's the thing with me. I think Timpview, they mixed in a little bit of a zone to end that third quarter. They've been man a lot tonight, but with how they've been playing defense and the aggressive nature, they've got 4 fouls. I think you're probably going to see a couple defensive timeouts because it's so important. You don't want to give things away if you're Timpview. You feel like you kind of got this game, maybe starting to take control of it. I want to make certain you don't commit something to give Orem momentum right back.
Lance Reynolds going to drive at Taki. Reynolds, fall away. Nice job as Smith comes over in that length. Once Reynolds had committed to leave his feet, Smith's length really made it a problem.
That's one where if Hyatt just stays out, you've still got that passing lane. When you drift underneath, it's hard to fit that ball past the help.
Of course, these two schools, you have so many bloodlines that cross, including Reynolds. Lance Reynolds is like the only Reynolds not to go through Timpview. His father and his uncles all went through Timpview. As Naliai goes right back to the rim, draws the foul. It'll be 2 free throws. Coming to Aisa Naliai.
Number 5, Lance Reynolds, his second personal. The second team foul on the Tigers. Shooting 2 shots, will be Aisa Naliai for the Thunderbirds.
So Isa misses on the front end.
Substitution for number 23.
And Wesley comes on for the first time in the second half. His LR3 will come off. And the second good, and a 4-point Timpview advantage. Coach Izzy Engel trying to get his way to his first Utah State Championship game.
Got to semis with Timpanogos. Now at the View.
Oh, couldn't get that one, Asher Young. And now Timpview with a chance to really get a stranglehold on this one, as Taki wants a foul call as we go to the 5-minute mark left in the ball game.
This game was 16-11 at the end of the first. It's been a 24-15 run for Timpview since.
And a low-scoring affair as well.
Yeah.
Been tough at the rim. Oh, nice setup there by Falesi. Got the steal, has numbers. Got Dastrup. Dastrup wraps it around. Blocked from behind by Rust. But we're going to get a foul. It's not a +1. It'll be 2 free throws to Anthony Falesi and a good foul by James Rust.
Well, that's the 5th team foul. They just have one more to give here. But again, we talked about you don't want to give Orem any confidence. And you come back, you commit that foul, going to make them go earn it. But just reinforce in their minds, you don't get shots at the rim against us.
So Falesi at the line for 2 free throws. And it's short on the first.
Right now, Orem needs to clear the mechanism.
Absolutely. So the first one doesn't go for Falesi. He's got one more.
There you go.
And it splits the pair. So it's Dastrup, Hyatt, Wesley, Falesi, and Young on the floor for Coach Tavita. Lulu Lakepa, Rust, St. Clair, Smith, and Naliai on the floor for Coach Izzy Engel. Rust goes at Hyatt. No room in the end there. Goes after Naliai. Naliai got inside of Falesi. Fall away, no. And the rebound, Wesley.
Fortunate. Not the first time tonight that Timpview offenders have lost their defenders in the paint. And Orem very fortunate to be able to get back in position and not concede the bucket.
The outside shot's not been there tonight for Orem. So I don't expect them to be jacking up a three here.
In fact, both teams have only made 2 of them.
Dastrup terminates, gives it out to Hyatt, reset. Dastrup back on the drive. Ooh, I thought he was going to reverse it. Here's Falesi. Sends it back out, Dastrup. 5 on the shot clock.
Ooh.
And a charge here on Dastrup as St. Clair says finally. He's hit the deck a couple of times and finally draws a charge here. And welcome back in to the D-Event Center. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart. Dane, this has been a tough shooting night for both teams. They haven't been shooting at a high clip. Good defense.
Yeah.
And it's leading to a very stressful 340.
Well, there's a lot of hair falling out on both benches tonight. It's, to your point, been very nerving. Both the coaches having to coach their teams extremely hard and every possession becoming more and more critical.
As Rukert sends that over to Lula Kepa as he sends that back over to James Rust. Been a quiet second half from Rust offensively. That's kind of just been the game tonight. Quiet second half.
I mean, second half points are 13-9.
As Taki can't get that one, and it's Wesley clearing the board. Wanted to avoid the turnover and end up having one anyway, as we're going to have a foul on the floor on Hyatt. It'll be just the 4th team foul on the Tigers.
And that's a tough one, but I think it's the right call. I mean, I think it's just loose ball and going to the floor.
Wrong place, wrong time. Right?
Yeah, we saw that in the Olympus Alpha game, right?
Especially when the ball's loose. It's
right.
what makes it like,
Yep.
But he also got him. As Ian Sinclair drew that charge, got the possession back for Timpview. Go back up top to Taki. As Rust going to work on Hyatt. Rust, nice move, floated up, no. Rebound taken by Falesi, and the loose ball picked up by Asher Young. Taki fortunate enough to pick up number 4.
Yeah.
So here's Dastrup.
Gotta find your go-to. I'd look for Falesi or Wesley here.
Falesi on the drive, off the window, no. Loose ball in the hands of Rust. A one and done.
The offensive rebounds have gone bye-bye for Orem.
As Izzy Engel takes a timeout with 2:04 left in the 4th quarter. 30-second timeout. Going to give us a chance to set up what we're going to have coming up tomorrow. 4 championship games. Because remember, all week long we've been here, but it's been 4 tournaments that we've been covering. And we'll have the 4 title games starting at 11 o'clock tomorrow. It's going to be a long day at the D-Event Center.
As if we haven't had long days yet.
Right.
But look, blast of a week. And UHSAA has been great, helping us get set up and rosters and all that stuff. Curtis Pettengill, we man, can't even talk about how essential and critical he is. Everything that we do, rosters, stats, he sends them up to us every quarter. I mean, like, keeps us in the know, and Jed does a great job down there helping. Great support here.
That certainly is. And so tomorrow we'll start with the girls' 6A championship game and make our way all the way to the end. So girls 6A, girls 5A, boys 6A, boys 5A. Is that right? Tomorrow? I don't know. Line them up and we'll call them. Kind of my modus.
I just know I'm supposed to be here before 10.
My modus operandi, that's it. It's like, hey, who plays when? I don't know. Give me the rosters. Let's go. We got the information locked and loaded and ready to share. As James Rust gets to the rim, and Wesley goes for the block, didn't get it, and it's now a 5-point Timpview lead.
There's been a lot of miscommunication, especially on those switches off of screens, and Timpview's been able to take advantage of it.
Well, how about the hustle? Send out Dastrup. Oh, the three wouldn't go. Loose ball. Haya hits the deck. Russ gets it. It's Sinclair on the run out. Wesley giving chase. And how about the smarts from Ian Sinclair? And then we get the foul from Dastrup. As that'll be the 5th team foul. I'm kind of surprised not to see Reynolds on the floor as we had a timeout. Coach Tavita. 1:18 left in the 4th quarter. Jace Tavita takes a timeout, the full timeout. We'll take it as well. You're watching the 2023 5A semifinals on KSLSports.com. And welcome back in. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart. Is a 5-point ball game. And if you're Orem, Dane, I'm not sure where are you going to turn for some offense, but to try to make a comeback in this one, because there's not anybody really in a rhythm here offensively.
No, they're not, and you know that it's hard. How about this? Kai Wesley just has 1 point tonight, and you know I kind of said, hey, I look for Felicity or I look for Wesley, and the 1 point. I mean, Kai without a field goal. And it's hard to say, hey, let's turn to our freshmen, but I feel like they're the guys who've gotten you here. But to your point, there's just not been a lot of rhythm for much of this Tigers offense.
Backside, it's James Rust, and one. The senior coming up big in clutch moments here.
James up to 14 unofficially. Get that defense coming over, trying to be aggressive, and just filling that backside lane. That might be the one that does it.
So James Rust looking for the 3-point play for the T-Birds, and he got it. It is now 8-point game. Can Orem find some quick offense? Falesi can't get loose, gives it over to Dastrup. The three won't go. The rebound was there momentarily for Hyatt. Knocked out of bounds by Rukert.
Hyatt's been good tonight. 10 points for the sophomore. Ian Falesi with 10 apiece.
I think everybody you see on the floor is coming back next year for Orem. Hand back to Lance Reynolds. Reynolds down the lane. Force it up and got it. Timeout, Jace Tavita with 51 seconds left. As Lance Reynolds thought he might get a +1 on this.
Yeah, I think since he's holding that back, right?
Yeah.
But
so situation you can see on the screen there. Timpview with 3 timeouts. They also have the possession arrow as well. And they also have a foul to give, as it'll be 1-1 free throws for Timpview in the final 51 seconds, and chances for Orem to get the ball back. And Orem has 1 timeout left, so the last chance they'll be able to get to stop the clock without fouling is that timeout. Remember, the clock will not stop on a made basket. So if Timpview were to get loose, make a bucket, the clock's going to continue to run, or vice versa. Say the Orem gets a steal here, hits a 3, that clock will continue to run. They got to call that timeout. They only have 1 left. But again, the championship game's coming up tomorrow. We'll have them right here on your home, your online home for state championships, KSLSports.com. As we'll have games 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28 tomorrow of the week.
Alta swept Orem this year, split with Timpview. Timpview won the second matchup, actually knocked Alta out of that region championship.
As Dastrup goes for the steal, Sinclair sends out ahead to Alula Kepa. And now the foul to Asher Young. And that's going to put Taki at the line, the front end of 1-1. Game not over yet.
How about state championships? We've got 4 of them tomorrow. 3 of them are region battles.
It kind of hit me on that one. Yeah, because the first one of the day, 6A, it's Region 4.
Yep.
And 5A,
It's
that's
not.
the only one it's not.
Yep.
It's Bountiful
In Springville.
and Springville, yeah. So Taki Kepa at the line and knocks down the front end, which they got to do here. Close out this game for Timpview.
And you know what you got to love if you're Coach Izzy or a Timpview fan is different guys on different nights. It speaks to that roster strength. It was Taki last night. It's been Russ tonight. Who will it be tomorrow? Hit us up on Twitter. Let us know what you think.
At KSL Sports Rewind. And misses the second. Young quickly ahead to Dastrup. Still got a chance here for Orem. Got to get buckets quickly. Send out Lance Reynolds to third. Short on the 3. Rebound to Taki. And now the foul to Asher Young. And Taki will walk the other end of the floor for free throws. It'll be one-on-one free throws once again for Taki. Louis Lekepa. Has this been a bit for Timpview in the state championship game? I think it was against Olympus, Gavin Baxter's senior year.
Santiago and yeah.
In fact, all the way back when I knew the managers at Timpview, Austin Bigelow and Sam Lacombe.
They lost to Farmington in the semi, right?
Yes. Yeah, that was your Colin Chandler.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Semifinal that led Chandler to the game against Lehigh. Noah Gonzalez and Quincy Lewis's state championship at Lehigh.
Yep.
As Taki Lekepa knocks that one down. And it's a 9-point Timpview lead. And then the steal from James Rust. And that would be the rusty nail in the coffin. There's James Rust with that turnover. And now he'll go to the line, and it'll be, again, 1-1 free throw here for James Rust. But, again, it's a very thin needle to try to thread here.
Yeah. 3-possession game. Great job. It was a 13-3, or has been a 14-3 fourth quarter.
And we're going to have plenty of time. We'll talk about Timpview. But how about this run from Jace Tavita, first-year head coach at Orem. Young crew. This is all coming back. And if you think you got rid of these guys, I mean, Orem's coming back in a vengeance next year.
Yeah, and you think about all the experience they'll bring, having put this run together, playing on a big stage, playing against top teams. I mean, I quipped in our bracket video, it's hard to beat a team 3 times, but it's even harder to beat Lehigh once. And Orem did that after beating Woods Cross. Those are 2 top 5 teams in the classification, and then they come here and gave Timpview everything Timpview wanted. Going to come up short.
Just didn't have enough to push it over the top. As Coach Izzy Engel, longtime coach. He's coached college with his dad. He's coached at Timpanogos, talking about going to Timpview. He's many other places, I'm sure, they're documented. But his first ever Utah state championship game as a head coach, I do believe. And the second from Rust is good. And now a 13-point lead for Timpview. They're going to come back tomorrow, and they'll have a chance to take on region foe Alta in the rubber match with everything on the line in the 5A state championship. Because they're going to have a new 5A state champion on the boys' side, guaranteed. And we have a rematch of the 6A state championship game.
Right.
So, and then champions in the 5A and 6A with a chance to go back-to-back is Dastrup not giving that one up. And how about this one for Timpview? Final score, Timpview 47, Orem 34. Timpview moving on to the 5A title game. And for Orem, a great run from a young group. And Dane, let's get your thoughts before we wrap things up.
Yeah, I mean, I think Orem came out with, on a tear. They were great to start. The rebounding was huge to keep them in this game, give them a lead. But as Timpview started to get back on the glass and win the glass, it really took away that advantage that Orem had established early. You mentioned it, Orem's going to be back. This whole group is coming back. They're going to be strong next year. But Timpview, man, you talk about gutting this. James Rust, a senior, he's been there so many years, and this is senior year. He finally able to find the recipe to take Timpview to a state championship game. He had a monster game tonight, led them in scoring. I think he was the only T-Bird in double figures. He's your player of the game. James Rust was great inside as well on defense. And Timpview heading to the state championship for a Region 8 rematch.
It was a great year for Coach Jace Tavita and the Orem Tigers. Had a lot of growing to do, a lot of learning to do. They did it together, and they got deeper in the state tournament than you would think they would if we would have looked at this a month ago. But get themselves to the semifinals is quite the accomplishment for Jace Tavita in his first season as the head coach of the Orem Tigers. But for Izzy Engel, in his second year at the helm of Timpview, gets to a state championship game. Congratulations to Coach Izzy Engel, and congratulations to James Rust, our Heidemann Associates Player of the Game. We'll be back tomorrow with the 5A title game. Timpview and Alta. It'll be a good one. For Vince Francis and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Litzner. Thanks for joining us and for watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 2023 5A semifinals on your season-long home for high school basketball, KSLSports.com.